Welcome to Storytales, where love for pets meets the pursuit of dreams. I'm Penny.
I'm Ray.
Here, we will be unleashing our passion for pets and share our thoughts and experiences as we journey through our lives as pet and business owners.
Today, we will be discussing about whether we should declaw our cat.
Alrighty, let's dive in and make some positive waves.
Hey, Penny.
Hey, Ray.
How come we always have boring?
Huh?
We always have boring opening.
I don't know. Are we boring, guys? Well, today's topic, I guarantee, is not a boring one.
Yes.
So, Ray, I know a big topic for cats. People always wonder whether or not they should declaw their cats. What are your thoughts on that?
Of course not.
Yeah, I am not a fan of that either.
Do you know anyone who declaw their cat?
Yes, I have met people who declaw their cats.
Can you share that information?
Well, it's because they don't want the cats to like ruin their furniture or to hurt them when they're carrying them, things like that. But, you know, I feel like when a cat knows you, they're not going to claw you. They're not going to hurt you with their claws, you know? And imagine just not, like I have nails. Look at my nails, Ray.
Yes.
Ding, ding, ding. If someone got rid of these claws, I'd be hella sad.
But do you want to know why I stand, of course not, for cat declawing?
Please elaborate.
Because just like Penny mentioned, right, she's not going to sacrifice her beautiful nails. But then for human, we just take out the nails.
Yeah.
And you still got your fingers,
Yeah.
the meat.
Yeah.
But when you're declawing the cat, you're not just taking out the claw. You're also taking some part of their little toes. So that means for their entire life, they will be walking on like tiptoeing.
Not even their tiptoe anymore. It's more
Yes.
like no toe tip.
And then they will be missing like the tiny bit of their bones, and then they are in pain forever. So that's why when you decline a cat, your cat behavior will change aggressively. Some cat will even fall into like depression. Right?
Yeah.
Just imagine if I taking away your nails and I also cut down some part of your fingers and your finger bones, how would you feel?
Yeah, I'd be
And
hella
imagine
sad.
when you play piano or when you type on the keyboard, how
Yeah.
painful is that for you?
That's really sad.
So that's why, please, people, don't declaw the cat.
Yeah, like I know a lot of reasons people have. Like maybe think about, you know, the pros and cons of that, right? Like, yeah, like you don't want things to be ruined, you don't want to be hurt, you know, you're scared of their claws. If you're scared of their claws, maybe having a cat is not right for you, you know?
Or just train them, like learn to train them.
Yeah, like
If you can't, take your cat to groomers.
yeah, like people can help you, you know, and like don't take a like gruesome like approach.
Yes.
You know, like no animal or human would like that for themselves.
And to be honest, I don't even know why some vet were okay with the procedure.
Yeah. Maybe we should have like
Ask the vet the question.
ask one of them to join us, you know.
Yes.
But I have never declawed my cats, the
Me
ones I've
too.
had, and I've never had an experience where I felt like they're scratching me or they're hurting me. Like cats know,
Yeah.
like when to like I guess like hide their claws and when to expose them. They only expose them if they feel like they're in danger, or if they just feel like stretching it out or something. But they're not gonna purposely come and like attack you with them.
So before we elaborate more on how to train your cats, I've actually got a question because I have a friend, she declawed her cat.
Oh God.
But then she tried to make me feel better when I found out. She told me, Ray, don't worry, I only did the front paws. So people, or Penny, what do you think? Do you think it's better to declaw all four of them or just front?
It's like, Ray, it's like I killed someone and then I'm telling you, but I only like did it really fast or in a very humane way. Like, no, that's not it. You know, like the fact that you did it, the fact that she just did the front only, like, what's like, why?
Because she solved the problem with furniture scratching.
But the back feet ain't gonna stop coming out.
So he can somehow still defend himself.
Oh my god! What, they're gonna do some feet kung fu?
And
or
then
something?
also
Like,
he's
what the
not as
heck?
painful as when the four of them are declawed, right?
But still painful. Like, shoot, I get one hand declawed, I'd be hella in pain. Like two is better, and like one is better than two. Come on.
Yes, so I actually don't know why my friend was trying to justify herself, but that's what she told me. Like, don't worry, I only did 2 front paws. I still keep the back one.
Sometimes, like, I get mind blown by people's logic of like defending themselves. It's okay. It's because, you know, I didn't do it all the way. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, like, but you still did it.
Yeah. Another thing why you should not, you know, do that is because you never know when your cat might run away. When he doesn't have paw or she doesn't have paws, I mean not paws, the claw.
Can't defend themselves.
They can't defend themselves. Why if there's like dogs attacking them?
Yeah.
And now their little claws is become useless. They are just gonna be prey. When you know cats are predator and prey.
Yeah, they're tiny. You know, yeah, they might look like they are the hunters, but you know, the reason why they have these things is to defend themselves.
Yeah, so
like,
you basically take away the only weapon they can protect themselves.
yeah, no, that's too much. Like,
And running away with the pain.
do you know like the process of how they declaw them?
I know, but it's very vivid. I actually watched the video on the YouTube.
Okay, you guys can stop here and then fast forward if you want, but I'm really curious. Like, I've never really seen it.
Oh, I never
You
seen.
can do like the Cliff Note version, right? Like, you don't have to describe it in
like-
some details.
Well, like I say, right? They will like, you know, your cat will be sedated.
Sedated, okay,
Yeah.
at least they're sedated.
And then because the claw, you can went inside your little paw, so they will cut open. And
they have
then
to open it up.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then
God.
cut the things out. And then that's why, like I say, there are tiny little bones, like the one that connect to the claws, will also get,
Chopped off.
yeah.
Ugh.
That's why they are constantly, you know, in pain.
Yeah.
So I guess the best way to describe is like, you know, those in the Qing dynasty, the woman has like 3-inch feet. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like that. Like people like those 3-inch feet, and then they rub the feet, and then they don't let them grow until they break.
Yeah.
They're always walking in pain. That's how your cat feel like.
They'll be weaker too because they're not fully potentially using their feet. So over time they can get weak.
Because they can never lay their paw fully on the ground after they declaw. Because when they touch the ground, it hurts.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's worth doing, even if it's to save your couch, guys. Like, like if you're gonna do that to a cat, you might as well not have one, you know? Like,
Yes.
like I'd rather you guys not have one than to do that, honestly.
Like, I will give you an example. Like, I used to be very bad at, you know, trimming March nails because as a first time owners, I really didn't know how. And then there's one time I just accidentally cut too long, so he bleed. But you know what? That he like scream for like 1 second. But after 5 minutes, it's fine.
Yeah, usually they're able to heal pretty fast.
But just imagine, it's like a long-term pain for March.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
God.
what will you feel?
Yeah. What's the safest way to trim your pet's nails?
For cats, like I would say, doing when they sleep.
When they're sleeping?
Yes.
How-
If your
will
cat
they wake
is
up?
like a heavy sleepers, that's the best time you do it. Or you can just train your, you know, cat. For example, like Bagel was actually very good on like the nail trimmers, but I blame my vet because when he was a baby, I always trim his nail, and after that I would get him treat. So he actually related nail trimming as a good thing. And there's one time I sent him to the vet, and then the vet was like inexperienced, so he accidentally like, you know, cut too long, so break the, you know, the meat,
The vein, yeah.
the vein, and then he knows that hurt. So now he's always terrified. So now how I train Bagel is that he will be sleeping in his backpack, and I will close the backpack to like the very small hole, and I can reach my hand so I can trim his nails.
Oh, interesting.
It's because that way he doesn't feel he can, you know, escape.
Have you ever seen those like TikTok little videos where they have the little zzz Like,
Oh, I can never do that with my cat. Not even latte.
because the noise, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, like you always see those like ads where you're like, huh, is this just gimmicky? Like, is this gonna trick me into buying it? You know?
Yeah, so,
Like,
and then so that's why I say do it when they sleep. And latte in the other one is like latte is so small, so he is very easy to manipulate. So I just do it very fast.
yeah.
And like bagel right now is more active.
Yeah.
And because I have baby, so I'm more on top of the nail trimming because I am afraid that he will accidentally scratch the baby. So I will actually trim like 2 to 4 nails per time.
Oh wow. Yeah, my dogs I have to do the same thing, like do a little bit at a time because they get kind of scared of the noise. They get scared of the noise. I would like pretend I'm massaging her, feel her little paws,
Yes.
rub her chest, and then when she's like all relaxed, I'm like, and then she's like, no.
Yeah, so this is why I say like be patient. Like just do it slowly. Like if you do 2 and then that's enough for them, then you stop.
Yeah.
And then next time you do another 2 or another 3, maybe today he's in a better mood, he will let you do all
The rest.
4
Yeah.
or all the 20 of them.
Yeah,
You never know.
Yeah, I just try to get my dogs like to the vet and do it. It's faster that way. I don't have to worry. But yeah, I do a few too. Wait a little bit.
Yes, another tip is actually what Penny mentioned. Like every time you pet visit to the vet, ask them to trim the nails for you.
And
So
it's only like anywhere from 10 to 30 depending on your vet.
yes.
Yeah, so it's not too expensive. It saves you the headache and hassle and themselves like panic,
Yes. So now we can actually talk about how to train your cats
Yeah.
with their claw.
So-
Have you have any experience for that?
So Ray, yes, I have a cat. I had a cat named Diana. However, she's the most elegant, most obedient, the most beautiful cat ever. She never had any claw issues or ever bring out the claws at us, so I technically don't have anything to offer in terms of training cats on how not to expose their claws when not to.
I see.
Yeah, so this is all you.
Okay, well, before I have latte, I actually thought this is like cat nature instinct. Like they
Yeah.
know how to play without their claw showing or hide their claw. And I didn't know this is an ability they need to learn. So March know how to play without the claw. Bagel also know how to play without claw, but not latte. And I was puzzling, so I started, thinking why. And then I found out the reason is because March was having siblings, and then he was raised with his sibling before he was adult.
Interesting. You know what's interesting? Diana, because she's a stray, I don't know if she had ever had siblings. I don't know if that played a part in it. We just found her in this. Well, my friend found her in the streets by herself. So, but I don't know if she had siblings before. But that's an interesting thing that siblings can make a difference.
Yes, and Bagel was raised with the mom and the siblings. So then he has mom teaching him his behavior, kind of like how we teach babies behavior. And then he also played with his brother and sister. So that's how both of those cats know how to play. Because imagine, like I'm stopping you, and then you got hurt, and then you get mad at me, you don't want to play with me. But then I go toward you again, I want to play with you, and then you just like growl at me. And I don't know why. But then I would still try, right? So I will probably try another ways. So I will like hide my claws and then try to play with you again. Because how cat plays, they slap each other around. That's how they play.
I'm gonna slap you silly.
Yeah, I slap in your head. I'm gonna smack your butt.
It's like ouch.
But then when even though they are a kitten, when their claw is out, when they play, they're gonna scratch each other. It's gonna hurt them, and then their siblings gonna let them know. They will either like, hiss or bite, and that's how you learn because like, oh my god, maybe I beat my brothers too hard, so that's why he's mad. He doesn't want to play with me, and so it's claw. So that's why Bagel and March, they know how to nimbling, and they also know how to play with just paws.
Oh, okay.
And Latte, in the other way, is that later on found out that the family doesn't want him is because Latte was getting bullied in the family.
Oh.
Yes, because he was the youngest one.
He's the tiniest one. He's like the little runt.
Yes, he was tiny, and then he didn't. No, he wasn't round. He was just like the kitten.
The youngest.
Yes, and then he didn't grow up with a sibling. The sibling was given away right away.
Like the moment they were born, they were just
Yes.
given.
So he was basically living with like 3 other adult cats. And adult cats and kittens' behavior are completely different. And those cat doesn't want to,
Teach him, yeah.
because it's not your kid. Why? It's just like, a random kid coming to you. Are you gonna discipline him?
No.
Yeah, so that's why, like, he never get the attention he want from his owner, and he also never get the attention he need from other cats. And because he living with the 3 other cats, when they feed, they also didn't watch how they eat.
Yeah.
So he always get bullied during the mealtime.
I see.
So like the bigger cat will finish her food and then come toward his food. So that's why he's so tiny. He cannot grow up because
He wasn't getting enough nutrition.
yes. And then this behavior linger even though he came to our house. Even right now, like he has a tendency that he finish his food and he would go to a bagel's food even though he's full. But he just he cannot get rid of that behavior. So now I just have to like watch him finish his food and then put him into his backpack after he's finished.
I see. So he doesn't go to Bagel's.
Yes,
food.
because Bagel is much gentle cat compared to like the other big cat that he has encountered, because the other cat just smack him and Bagel will just like walk away.
Yeah, Bagel's like, I'm not going to entertain this.
And then Bagel is not getting enough food.
Yeah, that's true. That's really interesting,
So this is why Latte never had that ability to learn. And then when he start, playing with Bagel, like even now, he will bite Bagel very hard. And Bagel will get super mad and then he will smack. So he's still learning how to play. And so this is basically how I train Latte. Like Bagel is helping me because Bagel let him know like when he bite is too hard. And then when he play with me, for example, sometimes he will play, even it's coincidence or he knows, I'm not sure, but whenever he play with me, when the claw is hiding, it doesn't hurt me, I'll give him treat. And then when he stop playing with me with claw showing, I stop. I don't give him
like
attention.
you don't like even bother to like touch him or anything.
No,
yeah.
I will just walk away because it doesn't make sense if you yell at him or you smack him, because he doesn't understand that movement. He will just think, oh, are you playing with me with more? So he will probably be more aggressive. He will probably like, jump
That's
on
true.
you.
Yeah, like they probably react to your actions more than your verbal cues. And
Yes.
so because they don't speak our language.
Yes, exactly. So now whenever Latte want to come, he show his claws, I just walk away. And then when he come back and if he play without the claw, then I will happily play with him.
And then give him his treat or something.
Yes, so he's like slowly understand that whenever his claws is out, no one is gonna play with you. And also Bagel is not gonna entertain with him.
How about cats that don't care to play?
I actually never seen that,
Yeah.
because cat have to play. It's kind of like their hunting behavior. Like
Yeah.
the reason they play is because they need to go hunt.
Yeah.
And then you having a house cat, they don't need hunting anymore. So they
Yeah.
kind of transfer the hunting behavior
That's true.
into play.
And there's no point in training them if they don't like to play, right? If they are not, or if they're not cats that like to play. So, but you said majority cats like to play.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also if your cat doesn't like to play, you actually have to be more concerned. You probably have to seek for like a professional. He might have some underlying condition that you don't know, that he doesn't want to
That's
play.
true, because they don't have the energy to,
Yes.
or like, something's just preventing them to feel the way they do. Yeah.
Yeah, like March was a gentle cat and he's a lap cat. So his behavior is so different compared to Bagel and Latte. And then one day he just doesn't want to play. Like he doesn't even bother to play for like entire week. But then from his appearance or his eating habit, I don't see anything wrong. And then I've been, chatting with my mom like, hey, have March ever played with you? It's like, no, he doesn't even want to like smack the little glass around. And then this kind
Behavior prompt you
Yeah.
to do something.
this behavior kind of goes on for another 2 weeks or like 3 weeks, and then my mom was like, yeah, he's kind of quiet.
Yeah.
But we understand he's a lap cat, but he's just too lazy, so we decided to take him to the vet. And guess what? We found out that he has cancer. That's why he has been, having pains here and there. Because first we thought it's just an old age. And then, come on, just look at human, right? If you are elders, you probably don't want to move as much. But then...
It's true, yeah.
But then the thing is that he haven't want to play for 3 weeks. That's just too weird, right? Can you imagine if your grandpa just sit there in front of TV and he doesn't even want to go out to the backyard for 3 weeks?
Yeah, like that has happened, he didn't want to go out, move, or even walk to the restroom on his own, and that's when there's something up, and don't ever hesitate to take the medical approach.
Yes.
Seek medical attention.
So that's why, Penny actually bring on a very good question. Have you seen a cat doesn't like to play? No.
Yeah.
Usually that has issues.
Like Yuffie, my dog, she's 15, and all her life she loves playing,
Yeah, exactly.
And there was a period of time where her tail was down, curled in. She didn't want to really eat much. She didn't really want to play. She just kind of lay there, only want to sleep. And so I took her to the doctors. It turns out she has chronic kidney disease, which I've mentioned before.
Yes.
And it's been over a year now, approaching 2 years of knowing her having chronic kidney disease. And a lot of people tell me your dog only has 200 days or 300 days left.
She's doing pretty well.
Yeah, and right now she's running back and forth like a puppy.
Yes.
And the simple fixes, take him to the doctor, see what's going on. And usually it's a diet change.
Yes.
And and it's the same for human too. A lot of our health issues derive from how we eat, what we put into our bodies,
and behaviors.
And yeah, exactly. And it's as long as you figure out the source, just make that change, and things can improve for the better. I'm not saying I'm curing Yuffie's chronic kidney disease, but I'm giving her a more quality life by following what my doctor's telling me or the vet's telling me. And look, it's been way over 300 days.
Yes.
And we're going to hit the 3rd year mark next year. So hopefully she continues, and she's 15.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think for cats it's the same.
So that's why I say it's totally trainable. Even with, Latte, right? He doesn't have siblings or mom to teach him, but he's slowly getting it because Bagel let him know, when you bite my ears too hard,
yeah,
it hurt me.
You know what's one thing?
And then Bagel would just slap him.
Yeah. Other than playing with us, I know my cat played with my dogs. Played with my mom's dog, Bella, a lot. And, I've never seen Diana bring out her claws at, Bella. And, or even to my dogs, because, they just know somehow
I
from
think
experience.
Diana probably has baby's friend when they grow up. Because stray cat usually have their own gangs.
Yeah, I think so too. I think she somehow knows naturally, and then even when she's playing with other types of animals, whether it's a different breed, she knows to be gentle, and that's why we think not declawing your cat is the better way to go, because there's other alternative solutions.
Yes. And I also got another question from people that been asking me that, hey, are you gonna give away your cats or declawing your cats since you have a baby now?
Oh gosh, why would people ask that? Your baby is your baby, but you also have fur babies.
Let's say my cat is a threat.
How?
To the baby.
I've heard so many stories where cats are protecting the baby.
I know. People go Google on the YouTube. You can see how cats save baby and children.
Yeah, cats are they have maternal instincts too. It's weird.
The reason is because first they are territorial animal, and second they scratch. That's why people decline them. And third, they just animals. They don't know how to differentiate. So you're gonna accidentally, get the baby cat scratch on the face.
We always film here at Ray's place, and every time I walk in, her bagel is chilling with the baby, all cool, the baby's the one messing with him.
Exactly.
Bagel's
Bagel is the big brother.
He's I'm just chilling here, but yet he's pulling my tail, hugging my butt,
So this is an answer I always give people who ask me, first, I'm not gonna give away my cat.
Knit.
Because it's not right
No,
to
it's not
abandon your pet when you have, you choose to be a mom.
Yeah, like when your life changes, you got to figure out ways to hold yourself accountable
Yes.
and do the right thing.
I think next time we should talk about how to balance with pet and baby, because this is a question that people can ask.
Like a part two, because I feel like you did have one, like when a newborn, but
Yeah.
this is more like, when you're actually having like a steady life with a baby and a cat.
not as
and-
chaotic anymore.
Yeah.
And second, why would I want to declaw my cat? When I already told you guys, I don't want to declaw
And
my
she's
cat.
done a great job training her cats, and one of her cats started with claws and now doesn't have to show his claws, you know?
So I think this is how to protect your baby, because they are right. It is danger sometimes for animal to play with baby because they are just animal. They don't know. I totally agree with you. But it's up to you, to protect them.
Yeah.
You have to always be present. This is what I do. Whenever my cat is come near to my baby, I was always there. I will make sure that, always looking at them, see if the baby is doing something to hurt my cat. Because, for example, like you see, right, the baby, he messing around with bagels. Most of the time he's chill, but you never know why if you pinch him too hard, he might smack the baby. Then that's the way you need to quickly take the baby away from the cat before he hurt the cat.
Yeah. And, like you said, having that attention, being aware of what's happening, be present. Like, I think that's a theme in a lot of our episodes.
Yes.
It's like, if you plan to be a mother of a child or a mother of a pet child, because they're forever infants to us, like, you have to have that presence.
Yes.
And, like, you have to have that attention. Like, I know for me, lately, I've been, busy with my grandparents, and my parents are the ones taking care of them, but like, I've established a routine too for my parents to help me with my pet babies while I'm busy with helping his parents. You know what I mean? So as long as like you're being proactive and educating the right people to help you and have that awareness of your pet,
Yes.
things can work out.
And then you can also train your cats, because right now I see my baby really, really like my cat. Like he always trying to do anything to get my cat attention. Like he found out that whenever he make the paper sound, because he like to play with trash. I don't know why. I think this is a similarity with baby and cat. They both like,
They just like to mess with things.
yeah, they like to mix up with things. They would like the papers. So whenever he make paper sound, Bagel or Latte will come. And then that's when his little hand will go smack the cat.
Oh.
Because he is trying to get the cat here.
Yeah.
And then there's also whenever I heard a paper sound, I will like quickly rush to his
Wow.
playpen, because I'm afraid that my cat is gonna hurt him.
Yeah.
So you just have to be aware that what will happen, and then whenever Bagel come,
Yeah.
like I keep telling Bagel, be gentle, be gentle. So now they actually can play together. If you guys go check my Instagram,
Yeah.
they actually play, like Bagel will start nibbling his tiny hand.
Yeah.
And at the first time, I was so afraid that he's gonna beat it. But like I said, right, he probably treat the baby as like one of the siblings. So
Yeah.
he's like nibbling. And then he start making like giggle sound. And then that's how he get a cue. Like, oh, the baby like it. And then the baby will actually want to play more. And that's how they communicate. But then I don't let them do that without
you
Yes.
watching over. It's interesting. Like, your baby already knows how to call for your cat.
Yeah, I know. He can't even talk.
He's
but
not even a year old yet.
he's only 5 months, almost 6 months.
Yeah, he's not even half a year old and he already knows how to call a cat.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I say they know how to, pick up the cues. Looking at baby and cats is actually very entertaining, because they are learning each other cues.
Yeah, and it's actually like teaching your kid to think smarter too.
Yes.
Like, now he knows a strategy to call the cat, make paper noise.
Yeah. And then there's also one time when Bagel was like, smacking him. I think his little claw coming
him?
out a little bit.
little bit?
But it was accident. It wasn't like, he wasn't trying to claw.
Yeah.
But I just saw it and I was like, Bagel, no claw. And then he kind of knows. He quickly,
Retract
retract his hand.
Yeah. He's like, oh shoot, Mommy,
And then because
man.
he does that, I quickly give him a treat.
Aw.
Because you want to give him like the
Positive reinforcement that.
Yeah, so he knows like, oh, whenever I say that, you know, you need to retract.
Yeah.
And that way you can establish that behavior.
Yeah. So he knows to not, hurt your baby.
Yeah, so see, even I'm super tired, I still training my cat.
Yeah.
I don't decide to declaw.
It's a nice experience to see your kid and your pet together, and you learn to observe and pay more attention. Tests your patience, right, Ray?
Yes.
You build patience now.
You haven't seen me so patient.
I know. I'm like, wow, Ray is a new person.
I'm a very impatient person.
I mean, it's good, like, putting things into practice, and
Yes.
it's a new perspective. And, we're fortunate enough to kind of hear from it and learn from it. And, maybe in the future I'll have the same experience, hopefully.
Yes.
But, like, this was great. Like, I definitely think, we got the point across. Know the clawing your cat.
Yes.
And, there's so many little other elements about pets and babies that we can probably discuss about some other time.
Yes.
But, yeah.
Another thing that I also mentioned, right, and just want to reinforce, if you want to adopt a cat from shelters, make sure to check their background.
Yeah, if they had siblings before,
Yes,
if they've, like, had any social interactions.
Yes. Like, how their living situation, where do they fosters, because that can also give you like a hint that if your cat can play with other cats.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Like, you're making me want to get another cat. Like, not right now. Maybe in the future I'll get a cat so I can have cat-dog relationships,
Yeah, because that's how, those people has cat and dog, because they two completely different species, but then they learn.
I love both, honestly. I think they're both very smart in their own ways and fun and cute,
I would just play with your dog. I don't think I can handle another dog in my house.
Yeah, you can play with Buff Buff. She's so cute.
Yes.
Everyone loves her at our event. She made some great sales.
Oh yes, and Bagel can play with Buff Buff too.
That's true. Yeah, I need to do a play date because, Bagel is actually Buffy's boyfriend.
According to Penny.
I've set it up. They're so cute together.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that was great, Ray. Thank you for sharing about your experience with the cat.
Yes, no problem. I hope, I can change some people's mind about cat declawing.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, hopefully this is a eye-opener for everybody. And, if you feel like topics like this is helpful, feel free to leave a feedback and let us know.
Yes.
If there's any other cat topics or pet topics you want us to cover when it comes to, pet health and safety, feel free to let us know, because we really like to share our experience, but also we like to share other people's experiences. So, give us all the feedback and opinion you have.
Yeah, thank you. And don't forget to subscribe our podcast and leave us a good rating if you like our episode.
Yeah, I definitely like it. Okay, until next time, you guys.
Goodbye.